I'm the happiest, hairiest heart on.
And I'm the Richardiest Richard. Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, we're stupid.
Yeah.
And we're dead decks.
And stupid. Dead decks. Yeah, buddy. All right, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm tired.
See you later.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
Y'all don't care what they have to say anyway, do you?
No.
Well.
So what are we talking about today?
Sorting and storing, and as you added as a subtitle, snoring.
This will be a bit of a snore.
Sorting, storing, and snoring. Oh, that's a good tongue twister.
Sorting, storing, and snoring.
I'm into it, but
take a nap for the rest of you.
Doesn't mean anybody's gonna care enough to talk about it.
Pitter patter.
Let's get at her. Yeah. So I am the sorter out of us two for sure.
By far.
Yeah. He's not a big fan of bulk. And what he does have typically leaves around here for the channel, and I wind up sorting it if it sits there too long.
Yeah.
So whether that's not, I don't think it's some evil plot there where you, I'll get them sorted.
Nope, you could leave it exactly as I left it, and I would not give one fuck.
Yeah, but slowly over time, everything he leaves here will be sorted when he gets it back. So
yeah,
we've got joint collections and solo collections both, and we got it all inventoried and keep track of it all. But it doesn't matter if it gets near me, I'm gonna fucking sort it. You throw out some dirty napkins, I'm going to have them in an order of some sort.
Yeah, he can't help himself. And, oh shit, bourbon's dripping out the glass. Watch out there, fellers and fellettes. And I don't blame him for that shit. I mean, fuck. Yeah, to an extent, I like things to be clean and neat and everything. But when it comes to cards, I don't care. Except for my good stuff. And even then, if it gets to a point where there's too much, I'll just quit. I'll just throw it. I'll have it all neat and centered, and everything looks pretty, and then I'll get a bunch more in, and then fuck it, just throw it in a box. Yeah. And I'll deal with it at another time, and it may be another time, maybe 2 years later. So
I'm starting to second guess myself a little, and I think there's some I need to consider intentionally not sorting. I was thinking specifically of Hyborian Gates, but maybe more specifically Hyborian Gates, really the junk, the true bulk.
Yeah.
Because I remember we weren't on camera. I don't think we were officially doing this yet. We were looking through all the Hyborian Gates I had here, and just in fucking tears at how stupid they were. And it was just randomly rifling through cards, and sometimes that's fun and cool.
Yeah, but if they're all in alphabetical order and sleeved and
perfectly sorted and arranged and very neatly aligned to the left side of the box, which I do, along with the sword. And you don't want to touch them. You don't want to just sit there and go, oh, yeah, these are cool. Let me throw a pile over here.
Yeah. And it becomes, I guess, counterproductive to what we like to do, which is sniff cardboard.
Sniff them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could snort a whole fucking row of cards. That's the thing you could do. But,
sure. We've done weirder shit with them.
Yep.
I think there may be in the future some cheaper, really easy to grab games. I may not sort them. I may leave especially bulk available for me to just mess with. Just look at, fling around.
And we were talking about this right before we started, we classify bulk differently. I classify bulk as commons, sometimes uncommons, though I will generally have those sorted. For me, I always sort it by rarity type. And if I'm being anal at the time, and I did that with Star Wars for Richard before I got here with what I picked up, they were all sorted by rarity and then by alphabetical order. That's how I would do it. Or but maybe it's rarity, faction type, and then I'll always start with rarity.
You might have had a tertiary sort. You got real fancy.
Yeah, I will always start with rarity for myself because I want to be able to find those rare cards, or which are typically the most valuable, and that tends to be how I lean anyway. Is more on the monetary side of collecting, that hated investor bullshit. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm in it for the money in many cases. Not all of them. I love these old cards, but I love making money too. So they constantly battle.
Yep. And I actually think you're using the word correctly, and I've just been using it wrong forever. It makes sense, and I think that's how everybody else uses it now that I think about it. Bulk means more the junk stuff. It doesn't mean everything you own. I've been using it to mean everything I own. I think I was just wrong, so I'll just fix that. But it doesn't mean I'm going to sort. I just won't be able to call it bulk anymore. I don't like the rare sorting. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that. It's more preference and what you want to do with it. For me, I'll never give a fuck if my set's near complete or in all alphabetical order. I just want to find where the rare cards are.
I'm thinking my use case for that would be the only rifling I would do is if I'm deck building and I want to look at a type and be like, I want to see what spell would go good in this deck. I have them all. They're spells. They're all here.
Yeah,
I don't have
fair.
a rare pile or uncommon pile.
But I would still have that same breakdown, or I could see doing that breakdown, but I would have them all sorted by rares first.
Within that
for the
pile?
rarity, yes.
Yeah, you
Absolutely
could do that
would.
as a set. So that would be a.
Yeah. In fact, that's probably what I would do if it was a complex game that had different spell types. I would sort it by.
So you'd have it by type, so it'd be all the spells, but it'd be the rare spells, the uncommon spells, and the common spells. Yeah, I can see doing that. I never have.
Yeah, and I would do it. If it has numbers on it, then it'd be by numerical order. If it didn't have any numbers, then it'd be alphabetical order. But it would be rarity first.
Yeah, I've done some of both. I've done some numeric. I've done some alphabetical by card name that have numbers. I've done one embarrassingly so that way because I'm getting so fucking blind that I can't. I need to go get new glasses and I haven't, and I cannot read the text. Because I stumbled into a whole bunch of a current game. It's Force of Will. Force of Will?
Yeah.
Is that what I have over here?
That's one of them.
Yeah. A lot of it. And I cannot fucking read that shit. So I just wasn't going to do it. I literally had to put it under a magnifying glass to see what set it belonged to. So I was like, I ain't sorting by this shit. I didn't even really, whatever. I only bought it because it was dirty ass cheap. But so how do you sort? Well, we talked about our primary, secondary, and tertiary sorts. But how literally I wonder if there's a smarter way to do this. Typically, I'm going to do piles of letters first. So if I have a big bunch, we're talking, I did something I had 5 boxes of recently. Put them all over here on the side, and then I start laying go through quickly into the A, B, C's. Normally, I kind of know now I've done it enough to where I'm going to have A through K on the top row, and L through Z on the bottom. And I kind of know how much space I need to leave. So if my first card's at E, I can guess it's going to be about here. So time you go through the first few piles, you've already got most of the alphabet filled in. You can kind of start spacing them right, and then it's just a really quick thing. Then I go back and do each pile.
That's what I do.
Individually. That's how you do it too?
The exception from mine is if I'm doing cards that, and I generally, I do a lot of sports cards. I sell a lot of stuff on eBay, and I do a lot of sports cards. And if I'm breaking down sports cards, I'll do it by numbers. So, obviously by numbers.
Yeah.
But I'll do
same concept.
I'll do all the single or the double digit numbers first.
Mm-hmm.
So you have I'll break all those out. But the 100s and 200s and 300s, they get their own piles. All 100s go in one pile, all 200s go in a pile, all 300s go in a pile. And when I get done with the double digit numbers, then I'll go do the same thing with the triple digit numbers.
Huh.
I'll do the 100s next and the 200s.
I do that slightly different.
That way I don't have 50 fucking different piles laying out there trying to remember where each one goes.
Well, numerics I do every 10. That's how I do those. So like
well, I'll break it down every 10. So if I'm doing a big sort and there's 350 cards in the set, I'll take all the 200s and 300 cards and put those in separate piles. There's the 200s over here and 300s over here.
Yeah.
And then the 0s through 100. So I guess it'll be another pile of 100 to 199. But the 0 through 100 or 199, I'll go ahead and lay those all out and get those sorted in order. And then I'll take the 100 through 199 and do the same thing and break them all out.
Yeah, see, I would go ahead and add this as a second row. The 110s, the 10s, the 110s, the 120s. I would do that as as the second row, and the 200 is the third. I'd go ahead and do it all in groups of 10s from the jump. That's what I do.
I do that, but if you think about it, you got 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, 10, 20, 30, 40. To me, it gets to be such a long, big old Z that it's
too much at once.
It's too much table space to try to take up and do it one time. So I'll break it down in 3 sections and do the same thing.
Yeah, it's same result.
Yeah.
Why do people sort? Well, shit. I mean, I'm kind of OCD-ish, and not meeting anybody who actually is OCD. I may be. Yeah, I have tendencies. I do some odd things that I get made fun of for all the time. Random things will sometimes get pushed around and straightened. And I am a bit methodical, can be. I actually enjoy doing that sorting, and at least enjoy having it done. But sometimes I actually enjoy the process. which is even weird.
Sometimes you like doing it.
Then I actually, yeah, and if in the right day, in the right mood, I want to do something mindless. Let's do this for a while.
Yeah.
Set chasing, it's pretty important too. So if you want to set chase, it's gonna be hard as fuck to not sort and do that.
Correct.
And I like it for deck building, especially doing bifaction as your primary, whatever your secondary is. It's good for that. Storing is one thing I could use some advice on. We are generalists, so we own a lot of different shit. And that number is greatly expanding very quickly. Over the course of the past, how long are we doing this? 8 months now?
Roughly, yeah.
7, 8. Yeah, it's just, it's going to get to where I can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
So for someone who acquires really quickly and is going to keep it and continue acquiring, you really need a flexible system that can expand. We talked about storage shelves, those big metal industrial shelves. That probably is the best bet because you can buy them and as you need them, slap another one in a big room, and that might have to be the way I eventually go because anything like pre-constructed, fixed, some kind of fixed layout, I'm going to keep growing out of it. We're gonna keep busting out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought about those old library card catalogs. They look really cool. Might try to get something like that. Either have one built or find one, a really big one that had a whole lot of storage space.
Yeah, 30, 40 drawers.
Yeah, that has the same problem. I mean, it would still be eventually. It's finite.
Yeah.
And getting another one would be a huge pain in the ass. So what do you do when you outgrow that?
And then think about having to move that motherfucker.
Oh Jesus! I bet it weighs a bazillion pounds.
Yeah. That's 3 more hemorrhoids waiting to happen.
Yeah. The thing about those industrial shells is I just don't like the looks of them.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
They're industrial because they're industrial.
Yeah. They're not really meant to be a decorative thing in a room.
And the background here, as you can see, is more of a barnwood style, which we do like that. Now, the shelves aren't quite that same style, but they're still nice looking. Versus a big old metal shelf behind us.
Yeah, it looks like we're in a damn garage.
You may see in one of our other videos, in one of our haul videos.
May mysteriously be one up here somewhere.
Yeah, I shoot it in northern Abu Dhabi from my home location.
Yeah, not in western Abu Dhabi where I live, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'll take advice on that one.
Sure.
For the 2 people that are still here. Because I honestly don't know how to do that well. And I haven't seen great solutions for that on any other channel. Maybe we're just obsessively buying too much shit too fast. I don't know.
Yeah, the problem is we keep buying and we sell very little. So.
Yeah, and I'm specifically talking about not resale. I'm talking about I plan on keeping.
Yeah.
Until I either fall over dead or really get burnt out on this shit. So
yeah.
I'm talking about for display and for access. Really access more than anything.
Access would be key.
Yeah. I want to be able to get to it all and for it to be modular in some way that I can expand it easily. So anyway, that's probably enough about that shit. Snoring is definitely where we're at now.
Yep.
So how we do?
Good enough.
Yeah, buddy.